the truth, that's the lie, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
What is up, YouTube? Your boy The Truth back at it again with another video. And today we are gonna break down this Cam's Kicks interview. I think right away people saw this thumbnail and automatically tapped out when they saw that 49-minute running time. I did get a couple requests for this one, so I am going to break it down for you. Before I do that, let's talk about this thumbnail real quick. So it says, you guys were right, 49-minute running time. So I think right away that scares people away and they don't want to watch it because it's too long and it doesn't say it's an interview. This is actually an interview. It's not one of Cam's corny videos. In my opinion, they should have had a different thumbnail and a different title. But hey, that's just my opinion. So let's see if your boy can break down this 49-minute video into 10 minutes. I'm out here doing the hard work, so you don't have to. All I ask is that you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed, and as always, I am going to
Break it down like this.
Shout out to round two.
Yeah.
Round two did it first.
Yeah.
Anytime you see anything, round two
They
did it
started
first.
the buy, sell, trade, resell
Yeah.
sneaker stores.
Yeah.
So they're really what started it all. And I wanted to kind of do my own content, but like a little bit of a different twist. So I was like, why don't I just film every single interaction with the customer? If they buy a pair of shoes, if they want to sell me a pair of shoes, or trade, whatever it is, or if they just want to come in and say what's up, or just whatever it is.
So Cam's own words here, where round two started the buy, sell, trade videos. How come in the last video we were hearing this?
What of your pioneer ability in the sneaker store space? Because let's be real here, you're the first one who kind of blew up doing the store stuff. And
Or how about when Cam said this?
Mindset's changed a lot too, because I used to kind of have somewhat of an animosity towards people that would like do the similar videos that I would do. Or
Here he's saying he had animosity towards people who would do similar videos that he did, but he's also saying that he got his influence from round two. So Cam, should round two have animosity towards you? Because I doubt they do.
yeah, it definitely was a lot of pressure. In school, I was never popular. I didn't have very good social skills, and if you go back and see my old videos, you can definitely see that. I definitely feel like I've grown a lot throughout the last couple of years and progressed. And
Here he admits to not being very popular in school and also having bad social skills, but he thinks he's improving. What do you guys think? You think he's improving?
And to put an end to all the speculation, like how much of that did have to do with Alexa? You know, a girl you met at sneakercon, you know, you guys became close friends, you know, and she does live in Dallas. So.
right. No, I mean, I've kind of like gone around it a lot and just kind of like denied it, but I mean, I don't really care anymore. So I went to Dallas SneakerCon in May of 2021, and it was just like one of the best sneaker shows I've ever been to. I spent 60 grand there. I was at a very good time in my business, able to have very good cash flow, move a lot of inventory. So it's just...
So the original question was why Cam moved to Dallas, and was it about Alexa? Notice he has to throw in, he spent 60 grand at SneakerCon. Nobody asked Cam.
Crazy, I got so much support there, and obviously, like you said, I did meet her, so I thought that was really cool, and we grew a very good friendship over the time, and yeah, that definitely did have a part in the decision. I'm not going to say it didn't, so.
Part in the decision, bruh. Okay, I'm watching this back. I did not answer the question directly. Yes, for everyone speculating, yes, she had to do with it. It was not her entirely. There was ulterior motives. That's a big word there, but yes, she was a main reason of it. And let's get back into the video.
So there we have it. He finally admits it. He moved to Dallas for Alexa. He had ulterior motives, which had to have been he wanted to clap those cheeks. But as far as we know, Cam never got to clap. The simping is strong in this one. Cam, I think you need a coach. You need like a pickup artist coach or something, because you cannot just relocate to Dallas for a girl that you're unsure of. I mean, the dude relocated his whole life across the country for a girl. And I don't know, Cam. I don't know their story, if they were ever together, if they were ever hooking up. No idea. But wow, look, when I was Cam's age, I balanced my work life with my social life, and boy, oh boy, did I have a social life. I was going out all the time. I was getting drunk, hanging out with friends, hooking up with chicks. And honestly, that's what most 20, 21-year-olds are doing. Cam is just so concerned with his business, with making money. If no one else is gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. You have the rest of your life to work and make money. You might as well have fun while you can, while you don't have responsibilities, while you don't have kids. You don't want to look back on your life in 10 years and say, damn, I should have gone to some parties. I should have gone to Europe. I should have done some of the things that I can't do now.
So were you kind of planning on her working as closely with you? Because she kind of became an employee, right? Or
Yeah, it's funny how that happened. I actually never really thought of her like that, but she just showed her work ethic, and it was like something I haven't seen from other people. So
Yeah, I'm sure it was her work ethic that kept her around.
I want to put more thought and more of a big process into hiring whenever I do it in
Yeah.
the future. I'm not going to just hire anyone, because you really want to have the right employee. They could be stealing from you. Luckily, I never really had any stealing from me, but I did have a lot of people that kind of turned their back on me, kind of were talking about me behind my back and just screwed me over ultimately. So it's not
Who you guys think he's talking about who screwed him over? Leave it in the comments.
interview
mindset a lot.
process beforehand? I actually never really knew
I
that.
did a little bit. I mean, it was kind of just people that had come into the store a lot and were reselling, and I didn't do a huge process. I mean,
Stop the cap. We know you didn't do any interview process. This dude didn't even know how to do taxes when he got to Impossible Kicks. You think he actually made people go through an interview process?
Or in retrospect, is there something more you could have done or that you wish you would have done?
yeah, I think honestly I shouldn't have ever expanded at all. I mean,
Yeah. What was that like, managing an employee like employees like 1,000 miles away?
it was difficult.
Like, what did that look like? Were
at
you like
times,
calling
I
them
mean,
every day, or what did it kind of?
I tried to call them as much as I could. So like I said, I wasn't doing the best job at it. Sometimes I wouldn't call them for a few days or a week or something. So it got bad at times. I didn't do it properly.
So here they ask him about his managing skills when he moved to Dallas and how he was handling the store in Pennsylvania. And he says sometimes he wouldn't call and check in for a week. I don't know about you guys, but if I own a business and I'm away from that business, I'm definitely not going a week without checking in.
At the Dallas store.
Just business overall, it wasn't going very well. It was
Right.
kind of.
And you're still doing online too, right? So it
yeah,
wasn't-
I was, but even the online was terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't what it once was. My best month ever, I was doing like $250,000.
Bruh, I'm not gonna lie. That's a hell of a lot of sales. That's just in 1 month. We don't know how much of that was profit, but damn, those are some good numbers. Big numbers for Cam.
In sales, and
Yeah.
it wasn't even a fraction of that. Some months I didn't even break 100,000, so it was just not even comparable. So it was just tough. The business was already going down. The expenses were through the roof. Payroll for employees was like 20 grand at one point because, like I said, I paid them very well. But at one point, paying like 40, 50,000 in expenses, and people don't even believe that, but I literally was.
Yeah.
And I was only making 10, 15, 20,000 in profit, so I was
Right.
just losing
In
so
the
much
red.
money and
Yeah.
depleting.
This is out of Cam's mouth. This is Cam's video. It's not me hating. Cam admits to losing $10,000 to $30,000 per month. Every time I see the Cam's balling comments, I wonder if they even really watch his videos.
My business, because when I had first opened the Dallas store, and I don't even think this was the peak of my inventory, but my inventory was worth around 230,000. When I ended up closing Dallas, I sold it off for 45 grand. So I just had lost so much money, literally lost hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of a few months. So
Right,
it was scary.
Hell yeah, that's scary. If I lost 185 G's in 4 months, you'd probably catch a little Hershey squirt in my drawers.
Connections are probably one of the most valuable things that you can have in business. And I wasn't building any connections at first because I was just kind of, all right, let me just buy this customer. It doesn't really matter. Not buy that. Like buy shoes from this customer. It doesn't really matter.
It was more
if they come back.
transactional, very.
Yeah, I was just one-minded. Let me just get this one deal over with
Yeah.
so I can get back to what I'm doing, kind of thing. And now it's like you really want to build these connections, get contacts. Like that's what I've really been doing. I've built more connections over the last couple months than I have in a couple years. So
Here he's talking about how important connections are, and he built more connections recently than he has in the past couple years, but also you've ruined some connections, burnt some bridges. I just find Cam saying this odd, especially The blazendary situation, it didn't have to go down like that. Blazendary, like him or hate him, he's got a huge following, and Cam could have used that to his advantage. Instead, he chose to confront him and ruin the relationship.
Stuff, but the market there, and I learned that very quickly, is much different than the East Coast market. They buy other stores because there was way too much competition in the area as well, because literally in Dallas there's probably close to 10 stores within the Metroplex. It's like different smaller cities around it.
Isn't that some stuff you should have known before moving your store out there?
That guy, you don't have any overhead. I still have a lot of overhead. I'm still in the lease for Dallas that I haven't got out of yet.
Once again, he admits to still having to pay the lease in Dallas every month.
I mean, my business was failing, and I didn't want to just be known as selling out, but it was like, if I had continued at that rate and hadn't drastically changed something, I think I would have been bankrupt within a few more months.
We've heard Cam say this a few times, but for some reason, a lot of his fans seem to not hear this part.
When I do open a new store, because I am going to open one, the name's not going to be Cam's Kicks. Of course, I'm not going to change my YouTube channel name ever, but the store, I don't want to call it Cam's Kicks. I don't know what it is yet, but it's just not going to be called with my name, like not going to have my name.
So the reason he's not going to call it Cam's Kicks is because one day he wants to sell it for a bunch of money. And if it's called Cam's Kicks, everyone's going to be like, where's Cam? That's the reason it's not going to be called Cam's Kicks, because he wants to cash out. And I thought we already named the store. Come on, Cam, call it Jebediah's Kicks.
Very short relationship with YouTube and...
I literally worked there for probably less than 2 weeks. It was already progressing. Like the first day I started working there, I was like, what did I do? I'm not an employee. I've worked so hard to get to this point. I can't just backtrack so much, even if I was...
First off, how do you lose money on taxes? Cam, you have to pay taxes. If you get a paycheck from a company, 35% of that paycheck is taken out for taxes. Like, how do you not get that? The IRS really needs to look into this kid, because you know he's not paying his taxes.
So let's just jump to that. How does it feel to have your previous employees now working for that company?
I mean, I don't really care that much. I mean, it's their own life. I don't care what they do at this point, but it's like, it is kind of crazy if you sit back and think about it. Like, wow, like just all these opportunities I've presented people with just through knowing me. Like, I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. Like I'm just a regular guy. Like, it's a blessing, everything that's happened, even if things...
This part is strange because we've heard Cam answer this question before, and we've heard him take all the credit before. So when asked this question, how did he not know how to respond? He had to put up a disclaimer because he knew he didn't come across well. Maybe you just should have cut that out of the interview.
Okay. Why are you still in Dallas? Are you just there? Is that just where you live now?
It's a good reason. I don't know why I'm there. I'm not going to be there very much.
My guess is that he still has to pay his lease on his apartment, so he might as well live in Dallas if he has to pay that lease. Also, he's close to Alexa.
Just sitting here, playing the guitar, wonder how I really got this far. Alexa.
Have you ever considered during all of that just how tough the journey kind of has been for you? Have you ever considered just leaving the sneaker industry?
Not necessarily.
He should leave. I don't think he loves selling sneakers. I think he just loves the attention he gets from the YouTube. He says it himself all the time. He likes making videos. He's into films. That's what he likes to do more. But now that he built this following through his sneaker channel, he feels like he's stuck in it.
I think your pop-up in every state, I think that's cool.
That's cool, yeah.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. As of
Yeah.
right now, it's just not generating any crazy numbers. It's not what I thought it would do. So it's just like, I don't, at this point, I don't know what people want to see. And
When Cam first announced he was going to do a pop-up in every state, my reply was, this was the dumbest idea. You cannot do a pop-up in every state. Not every state has sneaker culture. Cam then says the series wasn't getting enough views, so he canceled it. Come on, man. I called this from the beginning a few months ago. It was just a dumb idea. Well, that covers it. Video ran a little longer than I wanted it to, but at least you didn't have to watch 40 minutes of this boring Cam interview. I'm here to break it down for you. Once again, this is your boy The Truth, aka Paul Pierce, aka George Washington, because I cannot tell a lie. And I'm out.